Welcome back for another video, guys. So in today's video I'll be addressing my pond again, basically updates that I plan to do. Hopefully I'll be able to do them sooner rather than later, but pretty much this video is just going to be showing you the plan that I've have so far. It always changes, but this will be pretty much that. So basically here you can see my pond. It's looking very nice and clean. Got my skimmer, my bog filters, my waterfall, a bottom drain, and aerator. So the idea that I'm looking at is basically California is always in a drought, and with fish in the pond you do have to change the water because they're producing waste and building up nitrates. The purpose of the bogs over there is to eliminate some of the amount of times that I have to do the water change because they're absorbing the nitrates. So in order to reduce the amount of times I have to do water changes, or basically eliminate it completely, and the only thing that I'll have to really do is just add water and, for say, clean out the filters, which is the gunk building up, I'm planning to basically create the aquaponics system, the pond into an aquaponics system, which will eliminate the water change that I'll have to do on the pond, which will save more money and benefit the factor that the pond is not just for ornamental, but I can use it for growing vegetables as well. So the idea that I'm looking at is to put grow beds, some grow beds over here, so I'll have more filtration as well, just to eliminate solids before it goes to grow beds. But I'll have like some conical tanks like this over here, and then a grow bed going along here. I'll have to redo all the plumbing. I will be getting a stronger pump. I have a UV that I will be changing as well, which I got used, but I'll be changing all of this up. This place is shaded, so I'll have to plant plants that don't require as much sunlight, but for say it's just gonna be some filters and then a nice long grow bed over here. I will also be doing the similar thing on the other side of the fence over there, which I'll be showing you in a minute. But I've been collecting stuff at the moment. I still need to collect some stuff when I can, but I did find another one of these grow beds on Craigslist, which I believe came from the same lady I got the other ones in my greenhouse, which will be perfect. It's another fiberglass grow bed. I do have to patch some stuff up, like the holes and stuff that they drilled in it for some reason. They were actually using this as a horse feeder, so it's got some scuffs and stuff as that, but as long as it holds water after I plug those holes, we'll be set. I also got these fiberglass tubs over here, which actually someone made. I do want to fiberglass the outside of it just because it's going to be outside. They had these inside. By fiberglassing the outside, it will protect it from the elements more and basically waterproof it so the wood doesn't rot, which I'll be getting to as well. I have these that I may or may not use. They are fiberglass tanks as well. They're just a little shallower, so we'll see. Still going through ideas. I do want to make my own fiberglass tank eventually. It would be basically an 8-foot long tank, maybe bigger, but I'm waiting on that because of the cost of wood right now, since it's quite expensive. So we'll see, but it'll be pretty cool to make my own one, which I'll make a video on it so you guys can also see how to do it yourself. I have this, which I may or may not use, which you've seen in another video, which was an aquaponics system, but my plan was to stick it over there. So we'll see, since I'm just collecting material right now. I have these, which I'll use as well. These will probably be for like duckweed and fairies moss, which I can use as food for the fish. So different plans and different options with it. I'll put filters as well. Either I'll use these 55-gallon drums or some other conical tanks if I can find them. But basically, majority of the growing space I will put in this area over here. So in my mom's garden area, it won't be taking up much space of the garden, but the idea is I'll have grow beds going all along the fence right here, and then along the side of the greenhouse. I will be either removing that compost bin completely or just lowering it down, but I'll have growing space all along there and all along here. So basically a big L, and that will all have to be higher so it can be gravity fed into the pond itself, and that will allow me to change the water less in the pond, and hopefully not at all. I'm betting on that I won't have to change it at all, but I do plan to put more fish in there after I do hook up other stuff, whether it's more koi or edible fish, we'll see. I will also put another filtration tank over here, whether it's a conical tank or just a big poly round one. We'll see when I get to it. Still have to collect the material and go through the plans, but that's the idea that I'm doing. I will have to redo the hose plumbing that I did on my mom's garden, since it will be underneath the grow beds. So quite a few things to do. Just got to collect the material and then start doing it. I'm a little slower now since I only have 1 day off a week from work, but at least I stay busy. Well, that pretty much sums up this video. I'm basically adding more filtration to the pond to create it into an aquaponics system to benefit me in the way that I can have more plants growing and not just have it as an ornamental use. The grow beds may be either media beds or floating raft or DWC basically. We'll see when I get to there. After I set it up, when I do the plumbing, I can always decide which one to do, which isn't too hard. The one with the media bed, I do have to wash more media, which is quite kind of a hassle, but then it adds the extra benefit of having all the media in there for beneficial bacteria to grow, which will break down the fish waste and stuff like that, convert it into nitrates, which is for the plants and so forth. Otherwise, if you do have any suggestions on the plan that I went through, if you have any ideas that you think would be better, just leave those below. Those are always appreciated. Otherwise, thank you for watching.